ko na nga. Because now we are in our module 2, your scientific notation. So kids, when we say scientific notation, it is the most convenient way of writing numbers over a wide range. And that is called, again, our scientific notation. So we have 3 parts, kids, in our scientific notation. We have your exponent, have your power of 10, and we have your multiplying factors. Again, what are the 3 parts in our scientific notation? These are your exponent, your power of 10, and your multiplying factors. Kita niyo kids ang number 4 nga gamay? That is the exponent.
Yes.
Kids ang bilugan ko. That is your exponent. Ang times 10 nga na kids, sa kilid sa gamay nga number, that is your power of 10. And ang 35 sa leftmost side, ang 35.00, that is your multiplying factor. So again, the 3 parts of your scientific notation, what are those?
Exponent,
power of 10, multiplying factor.
Very good. So next, our exponent, kids, ang iyang description is the number of times yung the decimal point from its original position. So kids, paano ko nang imo nga exponent and ano na siya ang exponent na ginatawag? Kids, your exponent represents the number of times you move the decimal point from its original position. Again, paano ka mag-move? Here is an example. Example natin. Kids, you have your 46,000.00. Paano siya nag 4.6? Times 10 raised to the power of 4. Paano na natabo na? Kids, sulat ko ng 46,000 na ito, okay? $46,000. May decimal point ka dahil. Kids, read letter A. A positive exponent is obtained when you move the decimal point from your right to left. Again, from your right to the left. Halin sa akin ito, makato ko sa wala. That is a positive exponent. So, kids, mahulag ko kuno halin sa decimal point ko. Din ang decimal point ko, kids, ang pintok. Kita ang sa inyo?
yes sir.
Sige, mahulag na ako, kids, from my right side pakato sa left side na ako. How do I do that? Paano niyo siya, kids? May set ko din. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bali, halin diri akong pintok, diri na akong pintok. Panason ko na di ang akong pintok. So, una. Kapila ako kids sa glumpat.
4 sir.
Kapat. Therefore, 4.6 times 10 raised to the power of 4. Ngaman 4 akong exponent.
Ay 4 ka 0 sir. 4 ka decimal.
Very good, very good. Kik-apat ko nagpulag pa kadto sa akon nga whole number. Kids, paano mo balan if montad ka na? You will only know when to stop jumping if kung sa positive exponent natin, kids, it is the last significant number present. Ang sa 46,000, kids, din ang last significant number ko nga present. Ang number, is it the number 4 or 6? 4. Natural siyang last, diba? And that only applies, kids, when you are dealing with a positive exponent. How do you know if it is positive nga nasubong, kids? You will know that it is positive, kids, if it is more than 1. Again, you will know if it is a positive exponent if it is more than 1. Kung paano naman yan, sir, kung less than 1 siya, then it is a negative exponent. When we are dealing naman, kids, with negative exponents, negative exponent is obtained when you move the decimal point from your left to right. Sa positive ka gina, kids, din tagahulag halin sa atong tuo, pakadto sa wala, correct?
Bisa.
Kung negative naman, kids, baliskad na naman. Halin naman tayo sa wala, makatuto sa tuo because we are dealing with negative exponents. Again, when dealing with your negative exponents, you move the decimal point from your left to right. So an example of this is 0.003400. Kids, is 0.0034 less than 1 or more than 1?
Less than 1, sir.
Less than 1, sir.
Therefore, it is a negative exponent. If it is a negative exponent, kids, it is less than 1. Tandaan nyo gitna. Again, it is the bread and butter in your scientific notation. Kung positive siya, it must be more than 1 or at least 1. And negative exponents naman must be less than 1. Kung sa positive exponent, kids, right to left. Kung sa negative exponent, left to right. Okay? Kids, 0.00034. 3,400. Sinsya lang sagi, kids. Tawagin mo nagi. So kids, when dealing with your negative exponent, tandaan nyo ginasa positive exponent, kids, sa pinakaulihi nga significant number. Hambal ko to, di ba? So positive exponent. Kung negative naman, kids, sa pinakauna nga significant number. Dinding una nga significant number is the 3 or 4?
3, sir.
3. Therefore, montat ko, paglumpat ko na sa 3. Halin ko sa wala, makatun mo ko sa tuwagan left to right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Kapilang maglumpat, kids?
4.
4. Therefore, it is now 3.4. Ang pinto ko naguntat sa 3, diba? Times 10. Kapila ko naglumpat, kids? Ka-4, diba? Kids, naghulag ko from your left to right. Is it positive or negative?
Negative.
Negative. Butangan ko din negative sa exponent na ako. And this will be your final answer. Pareho sa atong example. Yes. Kids, that is how you deal with your positive and negative exponents. Okay, so multiplying factor naman kita. Your multiplying factor are all the digits in the multiplying factor in front of the power of 10 that are considered significant. Again, all the digits in the multiplying factor natin in front of the power of 10 are considered significant. So your steps in converting decimal notation into scientific notation. First, identify nyo, kids, ang original location of the decimal point, which is here. Amo na siya, kids, sinobra natin kagina. Amo na siya. So first, you identify the original location of your decimal point. Paano, bil kids, kung wala sa isang decimal point? For example, 140. Where do you think is the decimal point? Natural, kids. Sa 0. Very good. Diba? Kaya understood na after sang last ang whole number, may decimal point na da. As you can remember, sang elementary yung pang high school. So to express the multiplying factor to a one-digit whole number, again, what is the purpose of your scientific notation? It is to express the multiplying factor to a one-digit whole number. You need to move the decimal point to the left and place it before the leftmost non-zero. So, ano ginagawa ko ginagawa? Leftmost non-zero if it is more than 1 or greater than 1. Or at least 1. Again, leftmost siya, kids, kung greater or at least 1. Okay? Sa pinakaulihi nga significant number. And move the decimal point to the right and place it after the first non-zero digit. Ini naman, kids, if the original decimal number is less than 1. Kung greater than 1, kids, din kumahulag from your left to right. If more than 1 siya, you need to move it at the leftmost non-zero digit. If it is less than 1 kids, din ko mahulag. Right?
Right to left, sir.
Right to left. And din ko ma-stop. Din ko
First
ma-stop.
non-zero.
First non-zero digit. Very good. If it is less than 1 naman niya, ha? So kids, now, you need to convert your decimal notation into scientific notation. I will give you an example. 0.024. Convert niyo kids into decimal notation. No.
Yes, sir.
0.024.
Yes, sir.
Convert niyo into decimal notation.
2.4, sir.
2.4.
Times 10 raised to 2. Tsaka.
Sakto. Very good. Got ba? Very good, Ernesto. Times 10 raised to the power of negative 2. Okay, say something sa ba't Ernesto, buhay nga nagamili. Kids, naglumpat ko kadua because it is less than 1, nag-left to right ko. Correct? Diri ang pintok ni Ernesto, kids. Yung pintok ni Ernesto, therefore, 2.4. Correct? Kapila si Ernesto naglumpat, 1, 2. Diri na pintok ya. Nga negative 2 because it is less than 1. At naglumpat siya left to right. Nag-stop siya sa first non-zero digit ya, which is, anong first non-zero digit? This is 0.024.
2%.
2, sir.
2. Very good. Therefore, ang tat ko sa 2. Ang na, naging 2.4 siya times 10 raised to the power of negative 2.
Negative, sir.
Negative 2. Isa pa? Or okay na? Positive naman? Or gets na? Kids, isa pa? Or okay na?
Isa pa, sir.
Isa pa. 1,200. Din ang pintok, kids kung 1,200 ang inatag sa akin. Kaya wala sang pintok din.
Zero, sir.
Yes, the answer
Zero,
is
sir.
diri ang pintok.
Zero, sir.
Yes, very good. Okay, convert na kids into your scientific notation.
1.2.
Very good. 1.2.
1.2 times 10 power of 3. Power of
1,
1,
2,
3, sir.
3.
3, sir.
3, sure? Sige. Very good. Sakto. Diri na akong pintok because nag-stop ka sa leftmost non-zero digit. Anong leftmost non-zero digit na kids? Ang 1. Therefore, amo na siyang final answer natin. Kaya nag-stop ka daw. Kasi mga leftmost non-zero digit. 1.2 times 10 raised to the power of 3. Kaya tatlo kami dun. So, kids, sa ato na 75,000 pila exponent ah.
5, sir.
4 lang.
Ay.
4.
4.
Sir, 4.
Sipon ko. 1, 2, 3, 4. Kay muntat ka sa leftmost non-zero digit. 4. Therefore, my exponent is 4. Diri kids, sa 0.00760. Din ko gaya muntat maglumpat ko. Sa 7 or sa 6?
7, sir.
Sa
May
7.
7, sir.
6, sir.
7. Kaya negative siya kids mo, dapat muntat ko sa pinakauna ya. Nga non-zero digit. Kung less than 1, siya take note niya. Kung less than 1, is 0.00760 less than 1? Or more than 1?
Less than, sir.
Less than 1 siya, therefore, mountat ko sa leftmost non-zero digit or first non-zero digit. Leftmost or first?
First non-zero digit.
First non-zero digit. Therefore, muna check to ginhampan nyo sa 7. Mountat. 1, 2, 3. Kung pila ko naglumpat, katatlo, pila exponent ko?
3, negative 3.
3. Kaya naghulag ko,
Three.
naghulag ko kids, sir, ako na, nga wala, nagkato ko patuot, negative or positive? Negative.
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 Yes. Okay, so ang technique nyo lang, parang ikaw malipat, kids, ang exponent na will always be positive. Ihiligan mo. Kids, ma-positive kid na ang aton yung exponent if it is more than 1. If it is less than 1, ganit, mas gamay siya kids sa uno. It will always be negative. Kung gamay siya kids again sa 1, positive or negative?
Negative.
Negative. Kung mas taas siya 1 or at least 1, positive or negative?
Positive, sir.
Kuha?
Yes, sir.
Kung positive siya dayon kids, din ko makat to right to left or left to right?
Left.
Kung positive exponent,
Left to right, sir.
ari pakadto ko kids, so pakadto ko din. Right to left or left to right na?
Right to left.
Right to left.
Right to left.
Kung diri naman
Right
ko
to left.
gapakadto, kids kay negative ko, diri ko gapakadto. Left to right or
Left
left?
to right.
Left to right. So again, kids, kung positive exponent, anong ay direction?
Right to left.
Right to
Right
left.
to left.
Kung negative, din ko mapakadto.
Left to right.
Left to
Left to
right.
right.
Kung sa positive
Left to
naman,
right.
kids, din ko dapat mountat. Leftmost or first?
First.
First. And the
Sana,
first,
sir.
sorry.
Sana,
Leftmost.
sir.
Kung,
naman, sir?
kung positive kids ang ako na exponent, din ko mountat nga digit. Leftmost or sa first non-zero? Kung positive.
Zero, sir.
Leftmost.
Leftmost, sir.
Leftmost. Kung negative ako na exponent,
First non-zero.
first
Sa
non-zero
first
digit.
non-zero.
So, mali pala tandaan ka kids. When converting decimal notation to scientific notation.
Sir, gatutod ka, sir.
Go to dutod ko. Wait lang. Check kung connection. Okay na kids? Clear na?
Okay na, sir.
Okay na. Next, you have your decimal notation, kids. Your decimal notation is the way of expressing your numerical quantities into decimal numbers or your whole numbers. And that is a decimal notation. Next, you have your significant figures. Your significant figures naman, kids, these are figures that are found by counting the doubtful digits and all the digits to the left, including the last digit that is not zeros. So, kids, ang technique to know your significant figures lang. Tanan kids nga na significant numbers are the digits that have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Again, tanan yung significant figures are all non-zero digits. Anong all non-zero digits na to?
1 to 9.
Yes,
Sir.
1 to 9. So that is rule number 1 in identifying rules of your significant digits or numbers. All non-zero digits are considered significant. So 445, pila ang yang significant digits?
3, sir.
420, pila?
2, sir.
100, 1,200 dili. So,
Sir.
so that is the first rule natin, kids. Tanan lang nga significant digits is a significant. Ang tanan nga non-zero digits are all significant numbers. Rule number 2 naman natin, kids. Zeros are significant only if they were obtained by actual measurement and were found at the right end of a measured number. And after the decimal point, after sang pintok ta kano kids. Again, after sang pintok ta, ayan. Ang after sang pintok ta kids, those are all significant. After sang decimal point nato. So an example of this, ang 45.00 nyo, pila ka significant digits?
Four.
4. 1,200, 1,000. 1.200.
Four.
1.03.
3.
3. What is the rationale behind this kids? Because after sang pintok, tanan sila considered significant. After your decimal point kids, after sino considered na sila nga significant. So kids, in our rule number 5, number 2 pa lang ta, diba? In our rule number 5, kids, may exemption ang rule number 2. Why? After sang pintok mo, kids, Aryo, .3. Pila significant figures ta? If rule number 2 lang ato na i-apply yun.
2.
Duwa dapat, di ba? Pero kids, in our rule number 5, basahan ta lang, pwede ako magtalang, skip ta na yung before. All zeros found at the right of a decimal point but to the left of a non-zero digit are not significant. Meaning, kung hiligay nun, kids, basta less than 1, ang before sang pintok, bala? Meaning 0, hindi siya significant. So, 0.003, hindi na significant ang inay. Hindi na significant. Only your 3 is significant. Therefore, 1 lang ang ato na significant digit. Kuha?
Yes, sir.
Pero kung 1.03 na pila?
3, sir.
3. 2.00. Pila?
3 man gyapon, sir.
3 gyapon. Kung 0.024.
2 lang, sir.
2 lang. Kuha nyo? Kung less than 1 kids ang before sang pintok pala, hindi na siya significant. Hindi na significant. Pero kung more than 1 or at least 1, it is considered significant. Rule number 2 and rule number 5 natin. Hindi ka magtalang ha. Next, we have rule number 3. Zeros are significant if they were found in between non-zero digits. Kung napatungan, balakit sa aton 0, isang significant digits, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, considered na nga significant. Again, kung napatungan ng 0. Okay, let's check yung example. 6, pila ni 600. 670,050. Ilang significant digits?
5.
5. I-ari lang ang hindi significant digit. Kaya ang duwan ni, these are considered significant. Kinano ganit na patungan sila sang significant. Area kid sa aton nga 100,200. 4 lang. Because ang duwa mo lang ka 0 na patungan, ang after sang 2 taya nga duwa ka 0, wala. So may nakapatunga siya, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So 2020 kids. Pila? 2003. 101. 3. Okay? Rule number 4 na kita kids. Rule number 4, zeros to the right of a non-zero digit but to the left of an understood decimal point are not significant unless indicated as significant. How do you know if they are indicated, kids? May linya sa babaw sa zero. Kita niyo ng linya? Kita niyo?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So that that is an indication
Yes,
that
sir.
it is significant. Kids first, example. 1,240. Pila ka significant digits?
3.
3.
Okay, sir.
1,500. Pero may linya sa babaw ang duwa
Yes,
ka
sir.
zero.
2.
May linya sa babaw?
4.
4.
Yes, sir.
Basta may linya sa babaw, bala, it is indicated as significant. Rule number 4. So, 1,500. Ang duwa ka zero may linya sa babaw. Pila? 4.
4.
100. 1,230 may linya sa babaw. Ang zero. Pila?
4.
So, that is rule number 4. Ang rule number 5, amo na to siya kagina kids in conjunction with rule number 2. If it is less than 1 gan kids sa rule number 5 naton, ang pintok tinibalaw, hindi na siya considered significant. Hindi na sila considered significant. Kaya less than 1. Correct? Rule number 5, let us read again. Basahon ta na lang kay gets na ni. All zeros found at the right of a decimal point but to the left of a non-zero digit are not significant. Because why? Kids, 0 siya. It is less than 1. Diba?
Yes, sir.
Oo. Okay na sa rule number 5? For example pa ta. Okay na. Rule number 6, kids. Exponents in a scientific notation do not affect the number of your significant digits. So, kids, ang namin niya naman hindi na siya counted when we are dealing with counting your significant digits. Hindi na pag-isipan. Anong hindi na pag-isipan, kids? It is your power of 10 and exponent. Isa pag-isipan, therefore, tanan lang ang multiplying factor na itong isipan ta. And every multiplying factor ta, if it is in scientific notation, kids, considered significant. Even the zero, kids, when counting your significant numbers, considered din siya nga significant. Okay? So, 3 sa 3.45 times 10 raised to the power of negative 2, pila ang ating significant digits?
Okay, sir.
So, 1,000, sa 1.550 times 10 raised to the power of 3, pila?
4.
4. Counted na tanan. Counted na tanan. Basta naka-scientific notation, again, kids, counted sila tanan. Ari. 5.45. 5.450 na. Times 10 raised to the power of 9.
3, sir.
3, sir.
4.
4.
4, sir.
4, sir.
4. Counted din sila tanan basta naka-scientific notation. Again, if they are in scientific notation, counted na sila tanan. Four ka significant digits. Why nga man nadala ang 0 sa pag-isip ta? Kamo ba explain sa akong kids? Kaya counted.
Ang scientific.
Ang scientific, sir.
Kaya basta kung naka-scientific notation again, ano?
Kung naka-scientific notation,
Hindi ang significant.
Counted ang 0, sir. Kung
Counted ang
scientific.
0. If it is in scientific notation. Very good, kids. Very good. Alam mo to. Yeah. Next, we have steps in converting scientific notation into decimal notation. So, kids, sa diri naman, baliskad ng maningubrahan. Sige, nubrata ha ginamat converting your scientific notation, your decimal notation into scientific notation. Hari baliskad. Ma-convert ka naman, halin scientific notation into decimal notation. So, first and foremost, you need to identify the sign of the exponent, whether it is positive or negative. The sign of the exponent depends on whether you count the places to the right or to the left. Well, medyo complicated siya kung dito basahon, correct? So, hindi. Tanong nga pagbasahon. Joke lang. Kids, balik na din sa aton nga positive and negative exponents. Na para mas makaroon. Kids, ang i-convert ka naman is halin sa scientific notation into decimal notation. Meaning halin sa direct kids. So, pakadto naman sa decimal notation. So, naman sa direct. So, kids, if I'm giving you 5.7 times 10 raised to the power of 5. It's positive exponent, hindi. Positive exponent, hindi. Positive, correct.
Positive, sir.
So, kids, the only thing you need to do, kaya kung kids nag-convert decimal notation, di ba? Into scientific notation, subong baliskad na naman. Scientific notation, i-convert na naman sa into decimal notation. But kids, in your positive exponent, baliskad doon ka naman na bronta. From your left na naman, makadto ka naman sa right. Halin sa walang, patuo ka naman. Kung positive naman eh. So, 5.7, lumpatan tas ang 5 times. 1, balis ka doon mo naman ang ginobram, kids. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Insert all the zeros lang, kids. 0, 0, 0, and 0. Amala na. Tapos ka na. This is the correct answer na dahil mo. Ginbaliskad mo lang, kids. Reverse lang sa ginobra. Mo. And that will be your final answer. Kuha. If positive ni siya, kids, hello.
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir.
Baliskad lang. Ginobra pa. Next, when we are dealing with your negative exponents, you have 4.3 times 10 raised to the power. Pila ka exponent gusto nyo, kids? Pila?
5, sir, or 6?
5, 6, 5, pila? 6?
5 lang.
5 lang? 5 lang. 5. Okay, so what do you think ang isulat ka na yung multiplying factor? First and foremost, sulat mo gid ang multiplying factor, which is 4.3. Ha? Sulat yung gid din. Kids, take note, kay negative ang exponent, less than 1 siya or more than 1?
Less than 1, sir.
Less than
First,
1.
less than 1 siya. Kay less than 1 siya, kids, hindi ko makadto para mag less than 1 siya. Right to left or left to right?
Left to right.
Pati ko mag left to right ko, kids, ma 4,000 plus na siya karon, correct?
Okay, sir.
Oo, check ko. Dapat, right to left
Try ko
naman.
lang, sir.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Kalimama ko dapat maglumpat. Pinto ko da. Fill in all the spaces with zeros. And this is your final answer na. Is it less than 1? Kids, is it less than 1?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. And that
Yes.
is how you convert na kids sa inyong decimal notation, in your scientific notation into decimal notation. Again, baliskad lang iya. Principle, mag-convert ka. Baliskad sa ato niya decimal notation to scientific notation. So again, kung mag-convert ka kids sa scientific notation into decimal notation, if positive exponent, left to right or right to left? Left to right. When
Right.
converting, again, when converting your positive exponents sa scientific notation into decimal notation, left to right or right to left?
Left to right, sir.
Left to
Right.
right. Very good. Kung negative naman exponent, right to left. Very
Right
good.
to
Right
left.
to left.
Right to left.
So, malagid na siya, kids. Medyo katala lang siya na una, kids. Pero kung saan pa yung doon sa to, baliskad lang siya sa ginobra ko kung decimal notation siya into scientific notation. Magets sa gina.
Matlapa.
Medyo katala lang siya, pero goods na siya. Next, last na lang natin yung topic is your addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division of your scientific notations. Pwede mo gina sila ma-add, pwede mo gina sila ma-subtract, ma-multiply, and divide. How? So kids, this is where your operation with numbers written in scientific notations comes in. So you can add, subtract, multiply, and divide numbers that are written in scientific notation while still keeping the numbers in scientific notation. So here are the steps for adding or subtracting two numbers written in scientific notation. So first, you rewrite the number with the smaller exponent so that it has the same exponent as the number with the larger exponent by moving the decimal point of its decimal number. Yun na ginawa ka. May sir, nando kalapa man na. So kids, simple lang o brown ang yan explanation. Hindi ka ka-add kung subtract kids ang decimal numbers kung hindi pareho yung exponent. Hindi ka maka-add, maka-subtract kids ang numbers kung hindi pareho yung exponent. Din ganit liwat ato exponent ha?
Para sa power o sorry, times 10, sir.
Yes. After some power of 10 naton kids ang gamay nga number nga na. That is your ano?
Exponent.
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 So kids, kung 4 be ako na exponent, kag 5, pwede ko na siya ma-add or hindi?
Hindi.
Hindi. Kaya nga man,
Sundo ng dako.
Dapat same ang ilang exponent.
yes. Very good. Dapat similar exponent. So how do you change the exponent para pareho?
Another share.
Hulag ka pagit kaysa,
Mo-
hulag ka kaysa, di ba?
Another decimal point.
So kids, hulag ko kaysa or mabuhin ko. Mahulag ko pa kadto sa wala, pwede mo hulag pa to para magpata sila. Din gusto nyo kids unahon kung 5 or ang 4, ng example. I-5 ko tanan or 4 ko tanan? 5 danay. Okay, first you have 4.87 times 10 raised to the power of 5 added by 5.7 times 10 raised to the power of 4, correct? So in order, para magpareho sila, obrahan ko si 5.7 times 10 raised to the power of 4. Obrahan ko siya nga 5a exponent. 5.7 times 10 raised to the power of 4. Para mag-add ko ganyan sa exponent, right to left or left to right ang obrahan ko? Right to left.
Right to left, sir.
Para
Left to
magdugang.
right, sir.
Minus na siya, ang left to right. Pero magdugang ko exponent. Again, we are in scientific notation, di ba?
Right to left, sir.
Right.
Dugang.
Dugang.
Left to right.
Right. Kung left to right, pakita ko man sa inyo karon, gabuin ka na.
Right to left.
So, 0.57 na siya, correct?
Yes, sir.
0.57 siya, loop. Sangtang maging 4 name, ano na ako exponent? Kaya naghulag ko right to left.
5.
5 na. So, pwede ko na siya i-add sa ako na 4.87.
Sir.
Yes. 4.87 times 10 raised to the power of 5.
5.
5.
7 plus 7 is equals to 14. 5 plus 8 is
Carry
equals to
1.
13. Carry over ang 1, therefore 14.
14.
Follow your decimal
14
point
sir,
when
carry 1.
adding. So, 1. 0 plus 4, may carry over ka nga 1, pila tanan?
5.
5.
5.
Anhon kung power of 10 ka exponent? Carry over lang.
Copy paste na, sir.
Copy paste lang. And that is your final answer. Hapos lang mag-add, diba?
Ano, 0?
Ay, sir, kung inabre,
Kung 4, obrang ko sa 4.
negative ang isang exponent, ang isa positive, pwede na iya, pero same sila balay ng 5.
Hindi. Dapat pareho gid na sila. So convert ka gid sang isa dapat. Pilagon mo siya
Okay.
basta bisan magdamo-daw pa na ang 0 ya. Sa nagdaw-daw pa na kids ang 0 ya. Pilagon mo gid na siya nga magpareho ila exponent sa mag-add kag subtract. Okay, that is it. Ang
Yes, sir.
iyang actual nga value. For example, din may hawan yung space. And tapos nito na nagda. So, kids, sobrang ko naman ng 4, ang 4.87. Gusto nyo? Check nyo lang kung
Yes,
pareho
sir.
lang din man sa 4.87. Then. Sobrang to siya for 4.87, power of 10 raised to the power of 5, at times 10 raised to the power of 5. Sobrang to siya for how? Left to right or right to left? Minus ta.
Left to right, sir.
Left to right. Maging 48 na siya. Exponent ko, kayo nag left to right ko, plus 1 ko, minus 1. Minus 1. Therefore, pila na? 4. Mga ka na, exponent. Instead of 4.87, 48.7 na dito. Pwede na ako ka-add sa 5.7?
Pwede na, sir.
Pwede na. Seven plus 7 is again 14. Carry over 1. 8 plus 5 is 13. Carry over 1.
14.
Same lang dali, sir.
1. 4 plus 5. 4 plus 1.
5.
Carry over. Oh, pero lain nila sa bat. Correct?
Ganun, sir. Lain na sa may copy paste ko, sir.
Oh, kids, take note. Another rule in our scientific notation. Your scientific notation must always be less than 10. Again, your scientific notation must always be less than 10. So, kids, less than 10 ang 54.4 or more than 10?
More than 10.
So, ano, brown ta para mag less than 10 siya?
I-move, sir, ang decimal
Yes,
point.
very good. I-move to ang decimal point. Therefore, ma-right to left or left to right?
Right to left,
Right to
sir.
left. Therefore, pila na exponent ko?
Nang bali
Matry na lang, sir.
5, maging 5 siya. Kaya nag-right to left ko, ma-add ko 1, diba? Kung mag-left to right ko,
Sorry,
minus 1.
sorry.
Again, so 5.44 na siya. Times 10. Raised to the
Times 10
power
raised to
of
5.
5. Pareho sa bat ko, hindi.
Nagkakula.
pareho, sir.
Pareho. So kids, before we proceed sa negative via kag positive kung pagpareho man siya kung i-add ta. May kasala pa? Pwede ko makapamangkat ba na kids? Questions before we proceed? Gamay na lang kids matapos na to daan. Okay man?
Okay na, sir.
Okay na. Nga kids, sino to kagina na mangkot kung negative kag positive?
Ako, sir.
Ah, sige, kung mag-negative ka, positive naman for example, you have 2.5 times 10 raised to the power of 2 plus 3.2 times 10 raised to the power of negative 2. Para exponent ko, hindi.
Hindi, sir.
Hindi. Kay kinalain, positive isa ako sa negative. Ano brown to dapat? Parehon sila. So, kids, in this problem,
Decimal point, sir.
yes, mamove mo lang tagapon decimal point. The same procedure as it is, though medyo katalalang lang, pero mo na siya yapon. Okay, so brown din siya nga positive tong 3.2. 3.2, negative 2 siya, di ba? I-move ta siya, kids, kapila. Right to left or left to right, danay, para maka-add ka.
Right.
Right to
Right
left.
to left.
Therefore, mahulag ko di 1, 2,
Right.
so 0 na siya. Mahulagpit ko kadwa para mag-positive 2 siya, correct?
Correct, sir.
3, 4. Pinto. So this will be your final answer, 0.0032 times 10 raised to the power of positive 2. Pwede na ako ka-add? Yes, pwede na. Addan ko lang siya sa 2.5. Times 10 raised to the power of positive 2. Pwede na ako ka-add, hindi?
Pwede na, sir. Pwede na, sir.
Pwede na. So, 2.5, 0, 32. Ito, 5, 32. Times 10 raised to the power of 2. This will be my final answer. So, kung man Japan ginobra ta, di ba? Okay na? Kuha?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So, kids, when subtracting, kids, the same principle applies. Only, isang tanggaad ka, gisubtract ka na. Again, isang tanggaad ka, nag-subtract ka na. Ang man Japan ng obrahon mo, galing, isang tang mag-add ka, ma-minus ka. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Oo. Walang man na siya, kids. Next, you have your multiplication and division. Kids, I promise you, ang multiplication and division sa scientific notations is much simpler than addition and subtraction. Mas gamay niya steps. Mas hapos din siya. So next, you have multiplication, kids. Tandaan nyo, before we go to multiplication and division, kung mag-multiply ka, kids, first and foremost, ang exponents mo gina-add. Kids, ginaano mo exponent kung multiplication, gina-add mo ang exponent.
Gina-add.
Kung sa division, gina-minus mo imo nga exponent. Okay? Tapos, ang multiplying factors naton, kids, kung ara ka sa multiplication, gina-multiply mo. And ang imo na, kung sa division naman, gina-divide mo ang multiplying factors. Pero ang exponent, kung sa division, ginaano ta?
Gina-minus, sir.
Gina-minus. Ang lang gina siya ka, simply. So, let me give you an example. You have 3.4 times 10 raised to the power of negative 2 and 6.2 times 10 raised to the power of 6. Kids, ano unahon ta? Ang inyong multiplying factor, the ending multiplying factors ang duwangan eh.
3.4 and 6.2, sir.
Yes. I-multiply mo ni sila. 3.4 times 6.2 is equals to pila?
21.08.
Yes, very good. 21.08. 21.08 is now your multiplying factor. times 10. Kids, 6 plus negative 2 is equals to pila?
4, sir.
4.
Which 4?
Muna na final answer mo. Tapos ka na multiply. Masapos, no?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay, so isa pa gid or okay na? Isa pa gid or hindi na? Ay! La. Kids, sala. Hindi, sala. Kids, is this less than 10 or more than 10?
More than 10.
More than 10, ano brown ta?
Move, sir.
I-move.
I-move ta siya, kids, to
To left.
right to left. Correct? So, 2.108. Nag-right to left ko, kids, pila exponent ko?
5.
5.
3.
5. Right to left, kids, is a addition of exponents. Correct?
3, sir.
5. Right to left. Pakadto diri. Plus 1 ka, diba? Kung pakadto ko di ha, minus 1.
Sir.
Oh, sir, get ko, sir.
Therefore, 2.108 times 10 raised to the power of 5. Okay, kung mag-divide naman kita, what do you have to do when you are dividing? Ano mo ganyan? Multiplying factors. So, kung ga-divide ka,
Minus.
minus. Ay, hindi. Multiplying factors, hindi exponent.
Minus, sir.
I-divide. Multiplying factors mo. Multiplying factors mo. Din. Oo.
Wala, sir.
I-divide.
Kung
Hindi, multiplying factors lang sa kilid mo lang leftmost yung number.
Ausus.
Ginanota. Aryo. Ang inita, ginanota ni sila nga duwa. Gina-divide. Exponent to then, ginanota kids in division.
Minus, sir.
Minus.
Okay. First, 8.4 divided by 1.4 kids is equals to pila?
6.
6. Kay 1.4 ng 5 kabilog kids is equals to 7. 7 plus 1.4 is 8.4. Therefore, 8.4 divided by 1.4 is 6. Times 10. Pila exponent ko kids? 10 minus negative 2. Pila? 10 minus negative 2.
3, sir.
Oh?
12. 12, sir.
10. 5 ganit. 5. Sorry. 5. 5 to ganit nakabutang. Right?
7, sir.
5? Oh, check to 5. 5 minus negative 2. Pila?
7.
7. Nga, 7 siya kids kay minus. Because negative and negative.
Positive.
Positive.
Yes, i-add mo na lang siya. So, this will be your final answer. Manang na. Tapos ka na. In your multiplication and division. Okay. Before we end the subject, any questions?
None, sir.